Well, that wasn't a great result for us yesterday, Celtic fans, as we lost 3-2 to Rangers. Though this result won't change the outcome of the league table come the end of the season, it's never nice to lose to your rivals. In today's video, we will go over the fallout from that match, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic's title celebrations have been put on hold after Rangers secured their second derby win of the season, cutting the gap at the top of the Scottish Premiership to 13 points with 24 left to play for. Despite still holding a commanding lead, Celtic will now likely have to wait until after the league split to officially clinch their fourth consecutive title, assuming Rangers do not drop points in the coming weeks. A victory on Sunday would have put Celtic within touching distance of securing the league crown, but Hamza Igamani's late strike ensured Rangers left Celtic Park with all 3 points. Fans had the trip to Perth to play St Johnstone earmarked for celebrations, but that doesn't seem like it will be the day. It marked their first league win at Parkhead since 2020 and added a twist to the title race, even if the destination of the trophy remains unchanged. For Brendan Rodgers' side, the focus will now be on regrouping and finishing the job as they look to wrap up the league title as soon as possible. But Celtic can't get back to winning ways immediately. First, there is an international break, leaving Celtic longer to dwell on the result. Now for the main story, as Kris Boyd wasted no time in aiming a post-match dig at Brendan Rodgers after the Celtic boss had played down the impact of Barry Ferguson's arrival at Ibrox earlier in the week. Rodgers had stated that he hadn't noticed any significant changes since Ferguson replaced Philippe Clement, insisting that Rangers still showed many of the same traits as before. But after Rangers' late 3-2 win at Celtic Park, Boyd fired back, claiming Rodgers was now seeing a very different Rangers side. Brendan Rodgers had a pop in terms of saying he has not really seen anything different. He has today, Boyd said on Sky Sports. Rodgers had been unmoved by talk of a Rangers revival under Ferguson. Speaking midweek, he suggested that while Ferguson brought passion and a strong connection to the club, he hadn't witnessed a real shift in the team's tactical approach or mentality. However, Sunday's hard-fought win at Celtic Park, Rangers' first in the league since 2020, gave Boyd ammunition to question Rodgers' pre-match assessment. Under Clement, Celtic dominated the first derby of the season, winning 3-0 at Ibrox in September. However, the League Cup final was a narrow, scrappy affair, and when the teams met again in January, Celtic were completely outplayed in a 3-0 defeat at Ibrox. Now, after another poor performance in the derby, Boyd believes Rodgers has no choice but to accept that Rangers have improved. While Celtic still hold a commanding lead in the title race, Rodgers will know that his team's performances in the past 2 derby matches haven't been good enough. In other news, a source close to Celtic news has confirmed that Celtic are actively looking into the incident involving Rangers player Vaclav Cerny during Sunday's Glasgow derby. We understand the SFA are also reviewing the situation, with the possibility that Police Scotland may become involved, although there's a feeling this is best dealt with by the football authorities. The flashpoint came in added time after Rangers' late winner in their 3-2 victory at Celtic Park. Ibrox winger Vaclav Cerny was seen turning to the north stand and deliberately spraying water from his bottle towards the home support. The action sparked anger among many who witnessed it. Celtic are believed to be deeply unimpressed by the player's behaviour, viewing it as needless provocation. While much is made of ensuring supporter behaviour remains within acceptable boundaries, there's an expectation that players should lead by example on the pitch and in the moments that follow key incidents. For whatever reason, Cerny, a grown man, decided to spray unsuspecting spectators with his team winning. With tensions often high on derby day, incidents like this can inflame situations unnecessarily. He will get the plaudits from the same sort of people who would be foaming at the mouth had a Celtic player done it the other way around. On the pitch, Celtic fought back admirably from a 2-goal deficit. After falling 2-0 behind, Dyson made a pounce to pull one back, giving the home support hope. Reo Hatate then stepped up with a well-taken goal to level the match at 2-2, setting up a tense finale. But just as Celtic looked to be in the ascendancy, a defensive mishap allowed Rangers to snatch a winner and leave with all 3 points. Despite the disappointment, Brendan Rodgers' side remained firmly in control of the title race. 13 points ahead of their City rivals, Celtic need just 4 more wins to secure their 55th league championship. And lastly, Celtic defender Cameron Carter-Vickers has spoken openly about the Hoops' recent struggles against Rangers, as the Hoops were defeated 3-2 at Celtic Park in the latest Glasgow derby. The 9-5 aggregate scoreline over the last 3 meetings with their rivals has left Carter-Vickers frustrated, as he highlighted the recurring issues that need to be addressed. When asked about the 9 goals conceded in the last 3 derbies, Carter-Vickers didn't shy away from admitting that it's a concern. "Yeah, I think so. It's definitely frustrating," he said. "They kind of create chances without having too much possession. They wait for us to make a mistake and then pounce on it and go from there." Carter-Vickers pinpointed Rangers' ability to capitalise on mistakes as a major factor in the game, explaining that the Hoops' defensive errors had allowed their rivals to take control at crucial moments. Reflecting on the third and decisive goal, Carter-Vickers explained the sequence that led to the final blow. "The third goal was just over my head. I followed Dez's in, and it went over our heads, and I wasn't sure what happened. I think Ali might have slipped when he went to clear it. The ball ricocheted back into Igamene's path, who then finished to give Rangers the victory." Despite the misfortune of the goal, Carter-Vickers remained confident in his belief that the team must stay focused and keep pushing. Despite the disappointment, Carter-Vickers was keen to emphasise that the players haven't taken their foot off the gas. "We wanted to do that before this game," he said, referring to the goal of finishing the season with a strong performance and completing a treble. "After this game, we want to do the same. Celtic have a comfortable lead at the top of the Premiership, and Carter-Vickers remains determined to ensure the team doesn't let the loss derail their ambitions. We definitely want to continue until the end of the season," he said, acknowledging that while the performance wasn't good enough, the team still has a lot to play for. Carter-Vickers was honest about the team's shortcomings in the defeat, saying, "Our performance today was not good enough and we've got to improve." He also pointed out that while the team has a healthy points lead, they cannot afford to lose focus. "We never want to lose and we always go out there to try and win and perform well," he added. The defender noted that Celtic's failure to control the ball in the opening stages led to Rangers' counter-attacking opportunities, and although they improved in the second half, the team ultimately fell short in winning the game. Despite the loss, Carter-Vickers is adamant that the team can bounce back and finish the season on a high. "We want to be as many points ahead as you can be," he said, "but we want to add to that if anything." Celtic will now look to put this defeat behind them as they focus on their remaining games, aiming to secure the Premiership title and a Scottish Cup win to cap off a domestic treble. With the team's resilience and character, Carter-Vickers and his teammates will be keen to learn from this setback and finish the season in style. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comment section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you